Hello students, we are doing chapter number 1 rational and irrational numbers. Today we will do exercise 1.2, but before that we will discuss what are the irrational numbers. So the numbers which are not rational, or we can say the number which we cannot express in the form of p by q, or which we cannot express in the form of ratio are called as irrational numbers. So here p and q are the integer and this q means denominator should not be equal to 0. And one more thing, p and q have no common factor except 1, means it should be in the standard form. So we have many irrational numbers which we cannot express in the form of p by q. When we represent all the numbers on number line, all the integers, whole number and rational number on number line, then also on that number line in between few gaps are there. So that gaps will be filled by irrational numbers. And the properties of irrational number is that these numbers we cannot express as ratio. We can express these number as decimal, but decimal also, the decimal will be never ending, it will be keep on going. For example, 2.3451398 like this, it will be keep on going. So these type of number we will call irrational numbers. And if we add to one rational and one irrational number, the final number will be a irrational number. If you subtract one irrational number from a rational number, then also you will get a irrational number. Now we will start exercise 1.2. Question number 1. Prove that root 5 is an irrational number. So in this exercise we will get this type of question when we have to prove that given number is a irrational number. So first we will take, let this number is a rational number, and then we will prove that whatever we have taken, that is a wrong statement. So first we will take, let root 5 is a rational number. Rational number means we can represent this number in the form of p by q. It means root 5 we can write as p by q, and here p and q belongs to integer, and this denominator q should not be 0. And one more thing we will take, p and q are co-prime numbers. Co-prime numbers means which are not having any common factor except 1. Now second step, we will do the square of this. Both the side we will do squaring. Then we will get root 5 square will become 5. Root 5 into 5 will become root 25, which is equal to 5. And this we can write as p square by q square. Now this q square we can shift another side, then we will get p square is equal to 5q square. It means this thing is divisible by, this right side is divisible by 5 because we have 5 here. It means 5 divides 5q square, and this 5q square is equal to p square. So we can say 5 divides p square also. And if 5 divide p square, it means 5 will divide p also. You can check with any number, any square number which is divisible by 5. For example, if we take 225 and this is divisible by 5, then the square root of this number will be, this is equal to 15 square and divided by 5. So this 15 is also divisible by 5. So any square number, if it is divisible by 5, then its square root also will be divisible by 5. It means 5 divides p also. So we can take, let this p is equal to 5m, because it is divisible by 5 means this is a multiple of 5. So we can take it as 5m. Here m may be any integer. This value we will substitute here in this, we can write it as equation 1. So substituting P is equal to 5m in equation 1, then we will get 5m whole square is equal to 5q square. So 5m whole square we can write as 25m square, which is equal to 5q square. And from 5 we can cancel this 5. If you shift here, it will come for division and it will cancel out here 5 times. So we have 5m square is equal to q square. It means this is divisible by 5. So we can write 5 divides 5m square, or we can say 5 divides q square also, because 5m square is equal to q square. So if 5 is dividing this side, so 5 will divide another side also. Or we can write 5 divides q also. So one statement we got here, 5 divide p also, 5 divide q also. It means we can say therefore p and q have 5 as common factor because it is dividing both the numbers. And at starting we have taken p and q are co-prime number. Co-prime means which are not having any common factor, but we got here 5 as the common factor. It means our statement, this statement is contradicts first statement. So what we get? We get here root 5 is not a rational number. And if it is not a rational number means it is a irrational number. Any number which is not a rational number, it means that is a irrational number. Therefore we can say root 5 is an irrational number. So like this we have to prove these type of questions. First we will take the opposite statement. We will take the given number as a rational number and then we will prove this is not a rational number. It means it is an irrational number. Next, question number 2, prove that root 7 is an irrational number. So this question also we will do like first question only. We will take let root 7 is a rational number. So if any number is a rational number means we can represent that number in the form of p by q, and here p and q are integers and this q should not be 0, and we will take condition p and q are co-prime numbers. Co-prime number means nothing is common between these two numbers except 1. Now second step we will do the squaring both the side. We can write root 7 square is equal to p by q whole square. Root 7 square is equal to 7 and this we can write as p square by q square. After shifting q square another side, we will get p square equal to 7q square. So we can say 7 divides q square, 7 divides 7q square, or we can say 7 divides p square also, because 7q square is equal to p square, or we can write 7 divides p also. So if any number is dividing any square number, it definitely it will divide square root of that number also. Now we can take let p is equal to 7m, because p 7 divides p, so it means p is the multiple of 7. We can take it as 7m, and here m is any integer. Now we will substitute this value in this expression. This expression we can take as 1. Substituting p equal to 7m in equation 1. Now we will get p square equal to 7q square, and in place of p square we can write 7m whole square equal to 7q square, and 7m whole square we can write as 49m square equal to 7q square. Again this 7, when you will shift another side, it will come for division and it will cancel 49 by 7 times. So we have 7m square equal to q square. So we can say now 7 divides 7m square, or we can say 7 divides q square, because 7m square is equal to q square, so it will divide q square also, or we can write 7 divides q also. So we got here result 7 divides p also and 7 divides q also, p also and q also. Therefore p and q have common 7 as common factor. And this statement contradicts the first statement. That p and q are co-prime number. It means this root 7 is not a rational number. And if it is not a rational number means it is a irrational number. So therefore root 7 is an irrational number. Next, question number 3, prove that root 6 is an irrational number. So first we will take, let root 6 is a rational number. If it is a rational number, then we can represent this number as p by q, and p and q are here integers. Q should not be 0, and p and q have no common factor except 1. Second step, we will do the squaring of these number both the sides. So root 6 square is equal to p by q whole square. Root 6 square we can write as 6 is equal to p square by q square, which we can write as p square is equal to 6q square. This q square shift another side. So it means 6 divides 6q square, because 6 is there. So we can write 6 divides p square also, because 6q square is equal to p square, so it will divide this one also. Or we can write 6 divides p also. So we can take, let p is equal to 6m, any alphabet we can take here, and this m is a integer. Now this value we will substitute in this first expression. So substituting p is equal to 6m in equation 1, we will get, in place of p we can write 6m whole square is equal to 6q square. 6m whole square means 36m square is equal to 6q square. This 6 shift another side, it will come for division and it will cancel 36 6 times. So 6m square is equal to q square. It means 6 divides 6m square, because 6 we have here. So we can write 6 divides q square also, because both are equal, or we can write 6 divides q also. So 6 divides p also, 6 divides q also. It means p and q have 6 as common factor, but at starting we have taken 6 and 5, 6 and P and Q have no common factor, but here we are getting 6 as a common factor. So this statement contradicts the first statement. It means P by Q, this root 6 is not a rational number. And if any number is not a rational number, it means that number is an irrational number. So root 6 is an irrational number. Next, question number 4. Prove that 1 by root 11 is an irrational number. So first we will take, let 1 by root 11 is a rational number. It means we can represent it as P by Q. P and Q are integer and Q should not be equal to 0, and P and Q have no common factor. Now second step, we will do the squaring both sides. We will get 1 by root 11 whole square equal to P square by Q square. Shift Q square, cross multiply. First we will do the squaring. We will get 1 by 11 is equal to P square by Q square. After cross multiplying, we will get Q square is equal to 11 P square. It means 11 divides 11 P square, or we can write 11 divides Q square also, because 11 is dividing this side, so it will divide this side also. Both the sides are equal. Or we can write 11 divides Q also. If it is dividing Q square, it means it will divide Q also. So we can take, let Q is equal to 11 m, and this value we will substitute in the first expression. So substituting Q is equal to 11 m in equation 1, we will get 11 m square is equal to 11 P square. So 11 m square means 121 m square equal to 11 P square. 11 we can shift this side and it will cancel 121 11 times. So we will get 11 m square equal to P square. Therefore 11 divides 11 m square. So 11 will divide P square also, because both the sides are same. Or we can write 11 divides P also. It means P and Q have 11 as a common factor, because Q is also divisible by 11 and P is also divisible by 11. Therefore P and Q have 11 as a common factor. But at starting we have taken P and Q have no common factor. So both the conditions are different. This contradicts first condition. It means we can say root 1 by root 11 is not a rational number. And if it is not a rational number means it will be a irrational number. So 1 by root 11 is an irrational number. All the questions you have to do with the same method. So in this video we will do till here. Remaining questions we will continue in the next video. Thank you for watching this video.